South American players in Europe and the monkey emoji or gorilla emoji in this case, always a very confusing thing because this is when cultures collide. South Americans, Europeans, two very different cultures. Now today we're talking about soccer, football, whatever. Now I am a big soccer fan. Everyone knows it. Visca Barça, Visca Catalunya. Been a soccer fan for years. I keep up with the Premier League. I keep up with all the leagues in Europe. But there's this post, and I think I want to make it as a main channel video. So if you're watching on the main channel, what's up? And also subscribe to my second channel. I don't promote it often, but occasionally I put like a movie review over there or something like that. It's called Dundo Plus. I always shout it out in my description, so please check it out. But anyways, Alejandro Garnacho is today's suspect. You know, today, or not today, but I think it was yesterday, he posted a tweet of Andre Onana, who is his teammate in the football club Manchester United. Obviously, I don't got to explain what Manchester United is. I'm sure most people watching this video know about the history of the most overrated fan base of all time, but still respect the club itself. But Manchester United Football Club. Now, Andre Onana is in fact black. He is from Cameroon, and he is one of the best goalkeepers in the world. I know a lot of United fans don't agree with me on that case, but I do think Onana is one of the best keepers in the world, and he's definitely the best keeper when it comes to with your feet. Unless Manuel Neuer, but then again, Manuel Neuer has been injured for years now at this point. He might as well just retire at this point. But yesterday, Manchester United and the UEFA Champions League played Copenhagen, and this was an important game. After 2 games, they had not won a single game in the Champions League, and they needed this win. They ended up scoring a goal, 1-0 with Harry Maguire scoring. And the 90th minute, there was a penalty given to Copenhagen, and Andre Onana saved the penalty. Now, I'm describing this to kind of get the setting for what eventually happened. So, Onana saves the penalty. He becomes the hero of the day for Manchester United. And after that, Alejandro Garnacho, who, of course, is a player for United, his teammates with Onana, he sees him on an almost daily basis in training and obviously during the matches. But Garnacho put out a tweet where it showed Onana kind of doing like, you're probably going to see in the thumbnail, but he kind of like does like muscles. Because Onana is buff, he's strong, he's got muscles on him. He's just flexing after saving the penalty. However, the caption he put for the tweet was 3 emojis of a gorilla. Now, out of context, this could be seen as racist. Now, why I'm talking about it, apparently the FA are investigating him, which is fucking stupid. Just want to clarify that. It's fucking stupid. But he ended up deleting it because his representative of Manchester United told him, this might look bad on you, please remove it. Now, Alejandro Garnacho is from Argentina. He's from South America. Although I think he was born in Madrid, but still, he has Argentine parents. He grows up in a very South American household. It's like me. I grew up in a very Mexican Salvadoran household. I don't really relate to the white American kids or the black American kids. So depending on the household you live in, there's always going to be like different traditions, different cultures. If you live in an Asian household, black household, white household, Hispanic household, you're going to have different things. Overall, still mostly the same. You obviously learn the same morals. And if you're from similar religions, obviously here in America, Christianity is a more popular religion. So over here, obviously it's common. But still, overall, there's still different cultures. Now, something similar happened in 2020. So a player for Manchester United, Edison Cavani, an Uruguayan player, again in South America, posted a picture celebrating one of his teammates for the Uruguayan national team, where he says, I think he said, he said like, good job, Negrito. I forgot if he said good job, but he said like, it was kind of like he was cheering him on, Negrito. Now, he got in trouble with it. A lot of English fans were saying that he said the N-word, that he did this, he did that. Negrito is not the N-word. Now, I'm going to teach you guys first about the Edison Cavani thing, then we're going to get to the Alejandro Garnacho thing. Now, in Latin American culture, we have this weird tradition where we'll, almost in a way of it's almost like a term of endearment, we'll call you based on your skin color. If you're more whiter, we call you güerito. We call you gringo. You know, I'm sure most of you white people here have heard that term gringo told to you often. It's a term of endearment. It's just telling you, hey, you're just white. That's it. But when you're black, they will say negrito. Now, people confuse this in England, especially people who don't know Spanish or don't know Latin American culture. I think it's more about Latin American culture, not about learning Spanish, because you can learn Spanish, but you won't understand the culture. In the culture, if you're black, we're going to call you negrito. If you're white, we call you güerito. These are normal things. Sometimes if you're brown, you get called cafecito. All right? I have a friend of mine, brown as fuck, looks straight like an Aztec. I call him Brownie all the time. Sometimes I'll do like funny chants at him just because he looks obviously Aztec. Now I'm Mexican, so everyone calm your ass down, all right? I may have came from Spanish conquistadors, but at the end of the fucking day, I probably am something mixed because on my dad's side, bro, everyone's burnt brown as fuck. Although he's Salvadoran, I don't fucking know that. My history, my lineage, I actually have no idea about. I'm pretty sure I have something connected to Spain. Probably, I have no idea. But I'm also not going to disclose my last name due to doxing. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So a lot of people got mad at Edison Cavani that time because he said negrito and people assumed he was saying a racial slur. Now, there is racism in South America. That is true. But in this case, that's not what Edison Cavani meant to say. And a lot of people were saying, well, how come South Americans refer to each other in color? You know, negrito, cafecito, güerito, gringo. The reason why by the way, güerito means like it just means you're pale, like white, you're whiter. And this also happens with weight too. Like if you're fat, they'll call you gordito, gordo, or if you're skinny, you're called flaco. You know, it's not just race too. It can be like small things. Like Hispanics have this fun way of just they're trying to be nice with you. Now, I don't know the exact reason as to why it is, but it's always seen as a fun thing to call each other. Because Hispanics, the thing about Hispanic and Latin American culture is we don't all look the same. You got brown ass Hispanics, you got white ass Hispanics, you got black ass Hispanics. Just look at Cuba. The best example is Cuba. If you go to Cuba, you got like the whitest, palest looking motherfuckers who look like they're pure American, but they don't know a lick of English. You'd be like, oye chico, ¿qué chico? ¿Quieres un cafecito, chico? Like there's some white ass fucking Cubans, and then there's some pitch black dark Cubans over there. But when you turn off the lights, you can't tell that they're there. Like Cuba has all kinds of colors. In Mexico, there's also whiter. Fucking my arm, bro. Look, I'm fucking brown and then white. Like this is Mexico right here. There's some white ass People don't even. Sometimes people see my mom, and people will be surprised that she knows jack shit English, or well, she knows English, but her accent's so thick that it's hard to kind of understand her when she's speaking English. But sometimes my mom, because my dad is fucking brown as fuck, but my mom, there'll be people who will be like, oh my fucking God, you're Mexican. Like, holy shit. it's always the funniest thing. You know, Hispanics come in all colors and everywhere. Dominican Republic, they look different than people from Argentina. Brazilians, we all look different, but we're all connected in the sense that we come from the same Latin American. We have like a similar type of culture, and we all speak Spanish, except Brazilians. They for some reason decided to speak Portuguese. And one of the things we do is we call it almost in a term of endearment. We do it in a fun way. We don't say it in a mean way. I know in English, we don't have that culture. Like in English, you're not going to go to a black person and say, what's up, blackie? You're not going to go to a white person and say, what's up, whitey? You're not going to go to an Asian person and say, what's up, Asian-y? Like, you're not going to do that because in English, and in America at least, and even in England, and maybe other countries in the world that speak other languages, I don't know, other cultures, that's not a normal thing because that's not adopted by their culture. But in Latin American culture, that is a thing. So I just wanted to clear up the Edison Cavani one because everyone's been bringing it back up. Now, let's get into the Alejandro Garnacho thing. Now, Alejandro Garnacho, I'm not sure if he was raised in Argentina. He does play for the Argentina national team. But when I did research, he plays for Madrid. Or not plays for Madrid. He was born in Madrid, which is obviously in Spain. Now, I don't know if he was raised in Spain. I also don't really know Spain's cultures. I have met only one other Spanish person in my life. I'm not even joking. It was at a church, and he actually had used to work within Real Madrid. So that was one of the funniest things. You know, diehard Barca fan. And I remember it was always one of the funniest moments. He actually knew Keylor Navas because he had a church in Madrid. So that's always been like one of the weirdest connections I have in my life. And Keylor Navas, he's Costa Rican, and it's cool to see him having played, even though puta Madrid, fuck Madrid. still, to see Keylor Navas and even Chicharito at one point play for such a prestige big club, to me, I'm always going to be proud of that. Even Valverde, I'm even proud if it's like someone from South America, Latin America. I'm always rooting for these teams, you know. To me, that's what made the World Cup special this time. I mean, even not just because I was supporting Messi in Argentina. It's seeing the World Cup come back to Latin America, and because Europeans disrespect Latin America. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I hate the way Europeans talk about South America and how, I mean, Mbappe, one of the best players. He was saying how like Argentina doesn't play in like big enough like competition like France does. To me, that's disrespectful. Don't disrespect Latin America. And clearly, you had to shut your mouth up because you ended up having to see Messi win the World Cup right in front of you. But still love Mbappe. He's a great player. But now let's get to the Garnacho thing. Now, Garnacho put gorilla emojis. Now, the thing is, people need to understand what is the intention. I always hate when people immediately look at certain things and think this is the way it is. We don't know the person's intention. First of all, if Garnacho was trying to be racist, why would he say this to a teammate that he is at least with around? Like, why do you think after such an impressive goalkeeping save, why do you think he posted that picture? And it comes down to the fact that Europeans don't understand Latin American culture. He probably meant it as a term of endearment, but the main thing is, obviously, in this case, that's not even really that. In this case, it's obvious that he put gorilla to show strength. The picture shows Onana flexing his muscles. Gorillas have strong biceps. Now, I know so many people are going to be like, but the history and the context of how people use monkey and gorilla as offensive things towards black people, obviously it's bad. But you also got to understand, does Garnacho understand that? Does he know that? And did he even mean that? That's the thing that people are forgetting in this case. Now, I haven't seen people boycott or get mad at Garnacho, to be fair. It looks like it's just the FA decided to investigate, which, how the fuck are you going to investigate that post? Like, but to me, it's also like, are people stupid enough to where they think that Garnacho, a teammate of Onana, after Onana's most impressive moment in his Manchester United career so far, why do you think he's going to post that? Obviously, it's because he's not ill intent. He's not trying to be a dickhead. He's not trying to be an asshole. He just put it as almost a way of like, he's strong. This is his best moment. Strong like a gorilla. Because I try to think about it. I'm like, okay, how can someone perceive that as racist? Obviously, the thing I can connect is, obviously, a lot of people, when they're racist towards black people, they will say things like monkey, gorilla, something like that, all right? But again, when I look at all the logic and all the thinking, knowing that Garnacho is South American, I thought a car was parking, sorry, the window's there, but knowing that Garnacho is South American, knowing that he's teammates with Onana, to me, I can't fathom in my mind that he would put those in a way of being like, hey, you black person, you're a fucking gorilla. Like, I don't see that. I don't get why he would post that. But to me, I just look at the two connections. You try to put gorilla as strong. It's like when people compare themselves to a lion. You're obviously not a fucking lion. Now, obviously, the difference is there's no racial connotation towards lion. Now, I will say this, though. If Garnacho had posted an emoji of like a monkey, like a normal monkey, there I'd be like, okay, what the fuck? But because it's a gorilla, that's where I'm like, I don't really see him trying to be a dick about it. I don't see Garnacho trying to be racist. And by the way, look, Garnacho to me is a mid player. I really think he's mid, and the only reason why he has a lot of hype on him right now is because of the Manchester United PR team. If you play for Manchester United or you're English, that's the easiest way to get like the highest PR. But to me, I just don't see Garnacho wanting to be racist. Like, to me, I see it as more, okay, he didn't know that people were going to interpret it this way, and it got interpreted that way. Now, it could be wrong. I obviously don't know Alejandro. Maybe it's possible that he was like, man, I hate this black guy, man. I can't believe this black guy is getting all this success. Man, fuck black people. You know what? I'm going to call him a gorilla, man. Fuck Onana, man. Fuck that African man. Like, it's possible that he probably thought that, but I find that very unlikely. Find it very unlikely. Now, hopefully, he can learn next time, because he should know that there's an emoji of the, it's like, bicep, like that iconic bicep like picture that there is. So maybe next time he can learn to use it. But I just don't see how he thought of it as negative. Now, the reason why I did want to bring up the Edison Cavani South American thing is because I think that was always a thing that always got me upset. That always got me upset, that the fact that people saw that as racist. And when Cavani tried to explain it, instead of them understanding that that's just the culture here, they instead went out of their way to say Latin Americans are fucking racist, which there is some truth to that. But in this case, it obviously wasn't. And I remember hearing a story where I think someone said that a South American player called him negrito during a game. I don't remember which player was it, but he took it as them calling him the N-word. I'm like, that's not the N-word. The N-word in Spanish, or at least in Latin America, is negro. Now, that is not in and of itself the N-word. It just means black. A lot of languages just use it as black. But I will say this right now. To all the black people and to all the Americans, to the English people, whatever, if you get called a negro, that is the N-word. But it also means black. But very rarely will a Latin American person say, hey, look, you're a negro. Like, that's not going to happen. Usually they're going to call you negrito or oscurito or something like that. Something nice. The best way I can explain it to y'all is if you hear ito at the end of the word. Ito kind of means like something nice. Even bonito. Bonito means beautiful in Spanish. Bonita. Beautiful, but for females. So I hope this is a lesson for a lot of people. I think sometimes, I know, and I don't blame people for not understanding this. Like, if I didn't grow up in a culture where people call each other based on their color, I'd probably be like, what the fuck? Why are you referring to that person as their skin color? Like, I'd obviously be like, what the fuck? But look, all I gotta tell you guys is Latin Americans, we like to have fun. There's a reason why our parties are seen as the funnest. That's why everyone wants to come to the Mexican parties, bro. Mexican parties are the most fun. We have the most fun. We have the most enjoyment. People like to go to our parades, everything. People love Latin American culture. It's why you see white people go to Mexican restaurants so often, because we have an amazing culture. But part of the culture that a lot of y'all don't understand is that we just like to have fun with one another. We just enjoy. That's why I'm pretty sure that if you've been following the channel for a while, you probably have never heard as many Mexican jokes from anyone else besides me. And I'm fucking Mexican and Salvadorian. So that's just I think that's a good lesson for all those people who don't know Latin American culture. I think some of y'all who have Latin American friends, pretty sure that y'all probably do understand it. I will say this. The Garnacho situation seems very different from the Cavani situation, but I think similar can apply. And I know Uruguay and Argentina are two different countries, but South and Central and Mexico, the only Latin American country in North America, they all have a lot of similarities. And one of the similarities is that we like to kind of just joke around with one another. All right. But that's it for the video. If you feel like what I said is not true or at all, let me know in the comments. But to me, I just want you guys to understand that. But most importantly, why, if Garnacho was trying to be racist, why would he do it on a Twitter post? Like, And also, and I forgot to say this. I don't know how I forgot. Onana posted a story saying, don't tell me what to be offended of. So if even Onana, the black man in this situation, who was posted with the gorilla emoji, if he was able to say that he didn't find anything wrong with it, then I think that just shows you that it's really not a big situation. So I take it from Onana. If you don't like what I said, take it from Onana. I'm pretty sure Onana knows Alejandro more than all of us do. He knows him more than us. So, and not only that, but let's also remember, Onana used to play in Italy for Inter Milan. There's nothing. If you're a black person and you play soccer, do not play soccer in Italy. Italians are fucking racist, bro. I don't mean to be that guy, bro. I don't want to have the racist comment made to me from a fucking Italian guy. But no, W Italy, all right? W Italy. I forgot some Italian words. I was learning Italian for a bit, but the Serie A is pretty racist. I'm pretty sure Onana knows what racism is from playing in Italy. All right, no disrespect to Italy. I love Italy. All right, but thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you got questions, let me know in the comments. So there's that. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.